Good morning, afternoon, and/or evening, everyone. We are here today with another to bring you some more ALTTP Randomizer League race, season week 4 race rather. A spoiler key sanity between zelgadissan and Dragonstrike, with Ravis and I forget who the other.
Shady Force.
Shady Force is the pilots for today. For those of you here yesterday, this may seem a little familiar. With these two, unfortunately, had some technical issues near the end of the seed last night, and instead of defaulting to a win for either side, they decided to do a re-race today. So we will be bringing that for you today, and looking forward to it. Here with me is Excalibur. How are you today?
I'm all right. I just saw this race. It was real good. So hopefully it's real good again. The race yesterday was super close. The lead changed probably 3 or 4 times in the last 5 minutes, and that's always good to see. So hopefully we get to actually watch the whole race this time, and it's a good race again.
Yeah, it should be another good one. I hope. Spoiler logs tend to have some interesting routing. For those just joining us for the first time this week, the week 4 is a spoiler log key sanity race. So what that means is each of our runners has one of their teammates that gets to open the spoiler log the second they start the seed and look at the spoiler log from there, and tell the runner their respective runners where to go as quickly as possible, and hopefully with enough safeties to make it through. It's a rather enjoyable format for me personally, but what do you think about it?
I love the puzzle of the routing, and so to me that's the cool part of this format is that I feel like the co-pilot's job is basically all of the fun parts of Link to the Past Randomizer without any of the actually having to do execution.
Exactly.
We appear to have lost stream just as the race started, so hopefully they're not doing anything too exciting yet.
And you get flute right in Link's house.
Probably that didn't get told to them.
So that looks like zelgadissan decided to make the decision to check that flute right away, or to save and quit with that flute head to sank. I'm not sure if that's their normal strategy or just they found the flute, so may as well go straight to.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly something good to do while the co-pilot is busy diving through the logs, right? There's, one of the tricky things is coming up with something to do sort of for the first 2.5 minutes while the co-pilot's trying to route the seed.
Yep, trying to get a mad scramble to where are items and how many bombs you need to get them is generally how these start out. Looks like we have a hook shot in the mushroom spot here. And a small key in the drop down to Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock keys being quite important typically because you need at least 3 of them to finish the dungeon out of 4. And if there is an item on the lava room chest or the big key chest, then it will be all 4 will be required. But so I would have to guess that means Turtle Rock is a crystal today.
We presumably our tracker will be filling that in momentarily when they've caught up with looking up the crystals and pendants. Of course, none of the players are ever going to look at their map. But their co-pilot gets the spoiler log, which has all that information. So.
Yep. A little bit of extra information, actually. The spoiler log also gives you the stun prize, it gives you the tree pulls, and it gives you the drops for, or gives you like the fairy drop replacements and the bush grab and drops and such. So taking advantage of the stun prize there was zelgadissan. To get a bomb.
I'm impressed that got looked up already, frankly.
It's not a bad thing to check early since you get a chance to look at... you can get some freer bombs than the south route that Dragonstrike took there. Ooh, early Master Sword.
Uh,
And
that's
another Chorok.
so 3 minutes into the race yesterday, they had Dark World access. Flute and Master Sword is maybe not quite Dark World access, but still a pretty good opening.
Yeah, we're 2 Castle Tower keys, a lamp, and a Moon Pearl from Aga 1.
I hope that's not necessary.
Me either, but we'll see.
Speaking of a lamp, I wonder where that is. I might actually get that. Doubt it, but maybe.
It depends on if it's required for Fire Rod or if it's just on the way somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like Dragonstrike and Zelga going opposite ways through Kakariko here. Zelga buying some more bombs and then heading out to the castle. Dodging a flute on the way. Or dodging a duck on the way, I should say.
Zelgadissan looks like... Oh, not interested in Tree Pole. Just going to Uncle. Which presumably means that the tree pole is not of interest at this point. 10 bombs already in hand. There's not a lot that it could be. And
Maybe magic, but yeah.
Unfortunately, Dragonstrike appears to still be having stream issues. Hopefully those get resolved. He's in Germany, which is supposed to have good internet, but what do I know?
It's okay. Things happen.
The one thing about the spoiler log that I, as a rando player, never know until I think about it is everything's listed in terms of the compass chest, the big key chest, the whatever. I don't know which chest is which.
Yeah, that's something you learn awfully fast when you're start doing spoiler stuff. And to the point of like you can kind of almost tell who a spoiler runner is versus who doesn't do spoiler, because when you can, some people you can just say, oh yeah, it's the map in the compass chest, and some people are like, what?
Yeah.
The rest are, oh yeah, those chests, I know. So what are we coming down into the escape for? This is something you definitely would like to avoid if you can.
Yeah, but
a
definitely
small key.
Definitely required today, unfortunately.
Yep, something in Zelda's cell, as well as a small key to desert on the way. That's interesting.
It wouldn't surprise me if they're just picking that up on spec at this point. 6 minutes in, maybe not, but the spoilers certainly missed a required key yesterday because they hadn't searched deep enough in the log, and it cost them the race. So,
oh no.
I'm
there's that Moon Pearl.
Unsurprised that they. I would be unsurprised to see them pick up one or two unnecessary keys sort of along the way, just as a damage mitigation measure. Once bitten, twice shy sort of deal.
Indeed.
Good pendant swamp. That explains the location of the Swamp Palace big key.
So we have, it looks like our pendants. Our runners already know this, and we won't get a map check. So we're just trackers check the log for us and let us know that we have Eastern and Thievestown as our 5-6, and pendants at Pod, Swamp, and Skullwoods.
So Zelgadissan heading into Mini Moldarm Cave, checking exactly the right chest, which I'm somewhat impressed by, to get the gloves and out of there.
Yep. Okay, so now we have a glove that lets us into the back of Escape. So I guess everything is in Escape today. Almost. I'm willing to guess this is either the other glove or the hammer.
The trip to the back of Escape, the Zelda cell and Uncle is 3 somewhat unfortunate locations. But a fire rod and a Thievestown big key is worth the trip.
Fire Rod is interesting here. Wonder if we're heading to desert now.
Need a book still for that.
And a big key for that matter. Oh no, up the mountain we go. We don't have the Hera small key, do we? No.
No, we can just do Hera. We have a hook shot.
That is true. Looks like Paradox is on the docket, though.
The odds are good that there's something in Paradox.
It would be interesting here if we found Turtle Rock we found full Turtle Rock access over in Paradox Cave here. Or Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah. Going a little bit out of the way to get the Moon Pearl this early says to me that they want to route out some Dark World up here.
Well, there's the
there
minutes. We're halfway there. Well, the quarter of the way there.
Well, Mitts and Moon Pearl gets you to Dark Death Mountain at least.
Yep, and Hookshot, so Hookshot Cave. Some blue mail as well. It's nice.
Nice of Shady Force to route that in for Zelga, to not just leave it behind. So yesterday, they both runners finished the race on 7 Hearts Green Mail. So
yeah, that tends to happen. Looks like we have a pod dip in our future at some point, because that was a pod key as well in Paradox. Unlikely to finish it unless Sazrala has something, of course. But it's usually pretty common, especially in Key Sanity, that pod has something we need.
there's so many checks in there. And routing the pod small keys is actually one of the more obnoxious parts of the co-pilot's job here. Trying to figure out how many of the keys you actually need, and which ones to go get.
There's the mirror.
In Spiral Cave, which is a much less evil location than it would be in a non-spoiler race.
Yeah, no boots yet, though. But using the South Porter here tells me there's probably something in Super Bunny. I think it'd be generally a bit faster to go up the Paradox again if you're not going to dip into Super Bunny for something.
Yeah. Remembering after pushing the first block that he has the mirror. We appear to be having a slideshow version of Dragonstrike, fortunately.
Yeah, we're getting there. Hopefully we can get it fixed at some point.
We can get up to at least 1 frame per second.
I think Zelga actually skipped everything in Super Bunny, so I guess I was incorrect on that one.
Yes, because he doesn't have a hammer yet.
Oh, right. So he doesn't have a hammer.
So this is the fastest way to get to hookshot.
I do have a bad habit of assuming you have stuff in.
But all we're here for is 1 pod key. Isn't anything. Little routing choice.
Oh, and an ether for good measure.
That was some quick swap error right there.
It's okay. My partner mirrored out of Vitreous on that practice seed the other day. So there's worse ones you can make.
Yeah, quick swap is a substantial time savings almost all the time. And then every once in a while you give back 30 seconds because you mirror out of a boss or whatever.
Okay, so with Mirror and Mitts in hand, looks like we're heading over to Thieves Town next. We do have that big key, so it is a completable dungeon. And that looks to be the plan. So what do we find in Thieves Town today? Oh, hey, it looks like we have something new over on Dragonstrike screen. We haven't seen the Sahasrara yet from zelgadissan.
So if you didn't catch if the frame where the thing got wasn't on screen, the middle chest in Sahasrara was the hammer.
Ah, okay.
Which it makes me a little bit surprised that. So this is a routing choice. That hammer is worth a fair bit of time just in terms of hitting things with it. But the spoilers are presumably putting off the first strip to the eastern area until they can make either complete eastern or make some more progress over there.
Yeah, and it looks like they're trying to get ready to do pod things first. I wonder if we're looking for a bottle or a bow in Thieves Town. Also, it looks like Dragonstrike is doing Houlihan, which tells me that we are likely seeing Zora at some point here. So that makes me curious what Zelga's going to find in Thieves Town.
Yeah, and it made me curious as to what's on Zora. It's it's a choice that they could have made. Let's go with that. So, for those of you that are listening, I'm actually looking at the spoiler log, and Freddie has decided that he's not interested. I will
I'll hit it at
allude.
the end.
I will foreshadow, and he will be surprised.
I'm speculating based off of pure speculation. I'm also curious, since hammer means you can't really get over there without going all the way around, does this mean Zelga's planning on walking all the way over to pod? Or are they just going to, because it's really not that much slower at this point to walk over, grab your hammer, and then flute to 5 and do pod from there.
Yeah.
And in that case, you may as well get hammered kind of whenever. That said, hasn't been anything he's done that's required hammer yet, so I'm guessing that means hammer pegs doesn't have anything. And, from what we can tell, Dragonstrike has also followed Zelga to the mountain. Or he may have been there first. I wasn't paying attention to the time. Baker's job is a piece of cake. I don't believe we've gotten anything out of here. Maybe a pod key. It looks like we've gotten a pod key out of here so far. Or is that on hookshot? That might have been on hookshot, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, flippers. Okay.
We could have gotten a bottle. I don't know if he actually picked it up. But flippers on the boss is not nothing.
I don't remember seeing a bottle.
Um,
So now we're looking at maybe not swamp, but this means he can more easily get over to pod in the dark world. Once again, I'm not sure if that's going to happen, unless there's quite a bit in, I guess, Graveyard Ledge.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, you could either do a top route via Graveyard Ledge or a south route. Pick up K45 and.
Yeah,
we've tracked a bottle for zelgadissan.
He actually just got a fairy in a bottle at a brewery. So,
so the one in Thieves Town was in Compass Chest. I wonder if that's actually. That seems close to me, but.
What's in that one?
Gold Bee. I guess a fairy is better. No, Gold Bee is probably better than a fairy. It's close. I guess I got a mirror.
Fairy's better. You have a mirror, yeah. If you have to get one, though he didn't grab Sick Kid, so I don't even know if it's required. If you're gonna grab one, you may as well grab the one that gives you safety, though.
Yeah. We will not be seeing this. He's got a compass he can keep.
Yes, for those watching, we are aware of the lag issues and stuff. We're trying to keep up with Dragonstrike as well as we can, though. It does actually look like he's heading to West Death Mountain again, so we'll have to see if he goes in. He shouldn't be able to do Spike Cave with what he has, but he can do Hera.
There's a reasonable way to get to Hera. zelgadissan is very efficiently routing in a bunch of small keys.
There's the Swamp Small.
The Swamp Small is always a bit scary when this swamp is appended. You'd rather not.
So we're taking the purple chest for a walk and doing pretty much the entirety of south here. Skip the dig game, but hey, red mail.
That's really kind of Shady Force. That was like he spent at least 10
you
seconds
say
getting that
that.
red mail.
You say that, but it's 3 hearts still, so
Yeah, that's fair.
you're gonna have to inform me on where all these hearts are later, because I have a feeling they're not in great spots. Meanwhile, it looks like Dragonstrike is going straight to the boss O'Hara here, possibly. I couldn't see if he got anything in the first floor or not. Ooh, Quake Medallion for Turtle Rock. Okay. Yeah, that was a required purple chest strip.
Uh, as uh, as with everything else, the required medallions are in the spoiler log. So we both marked
Yep.
those on the tracker for you, and of course, Zelga knows that's required.
Yep. Oh, so, okay, so this is what Zelga's doing. I see. So he mirrored after turning in the purple chest, and is now going to walk in, grab his hammer, and then just take the portal back to Dark World for uh, Swamp Palace.
Yeah, and can flute back, pull the dam, and then take the mirror portal, which is actually a pretty efficient way to do this.
Yeah, I like it. It's good routing. Now, the question begs is what's in Swamp that we want so badly, but because it is a pendant.
Yeah.
Whoever's in that other chest remains a mystery.
The right chest was only $20, so kind of a little bit surprising that Dragonstrike got that.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Dragonstrike took a fall to Moldorm as well. I saw.
You saw the upstairs, and then the downstairs, and then the upstairs again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's usually not a good sign. But took care of it and got, looks like an ice run out of there. So
Yes.
I will trust our tracker on that one.
Our
It's just a
tracker's
check to
presumably
get out of the way.
cheating the same way that I am, and looking at the spoiler log to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
This is a relatively easy week to be a tracker, I think. Though everything does come at you faster.
It's actually one of the hardest ones to track, I feel.
Just because it takes an hour instead of...
It's just everything comes quick.
Yeah, it's fair.
Hey, a tempered sword.
Probably not worth coming in here. Well, maybe. It's close coming this far into Swamp just for a sword, but looks like we are continuing.
So it looks like after that added trip to Hera, Dragonstrike will be doing a similar route to as Zelga here, as working his way through Thieves Town. And will likely grab that purple chest on the way out. I'll have to try to remember where he's at 21 minutes, see if we can get a general idea on how close they are.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, do we have to go to Left Side Swamp today? Pendant Left Side Swamp today.
I mean, left side Swamp and back of Swamp are about the same. Are about the same time, right?
I mean, yes, but if you have to do both, it's even worse. Yeah, it looks like we're at least going left.
I mean, once you've walked all the way in here, you might as well do it all, right? Aha! We have some tunes for you, at least.
I had thought I muted the stream.
No, we were playing Dragonstrike's audio, which
yeah, isn't working so well.
Zelgadissan doing Clever Down and
skipping the crystal switch here, which means it's definitely the left chest that has the item we want. Hopefully. Hopefully that's what that means.
I assume Shady Force would have shouted at him by now. It wasn't.
I don't know, sometimes you get distracted as the runner, be like, hey, why are you doing this? But no, like the already. Yeah, there's the Cane of Samaria.
It's worth the trip.
Yeah. So Ice Palace time.
Dragonstrike also opting into this bottle with fairy in brewing.
Yep. If they're going to be at as low hearts as it seems like they're going to be at, definitely worth the fairy.
Well, and it's just a you're going to stop by the potion shop or a potion shop at some point. Taking a little bit of safety is worthwhile.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh,
84
Sankheart.
All of Hype Cave just for Sankheart.
Walked into Hype Cave, grabbed the chest for Sankheart. That's all we need. Sankheart and Red Mail. Also looks like Dragonstrike is getting a little caught up. He was ended up fluting Purple Chest down, is now backtracking for 45 and the Red Mail, it looks like.
Yeah, I presumably both runners are shouting at their co-pilot to become the boots already. So.
That's not a great sign. Got the big key to Dark Palace. That means either the big chest or the boss is required for Green Pendant Pod.
And if either of those things is required, we also need to dig up one more small key.
Mm-hmm. At this point, I can only assume that the boots are in GT, because they could have pretty much beelined to any dungeon they wanted to.
Yeah,
but it could be Ice Palace.
Beelining to somewhere in order to, double dip it later is often not worth. Right?
True.
The boots feel really good, but how many seconds are you willing to spend to get them 10 minutes earlier? And I think the answer is not actually that many.
Yeah, it really just depends on where they're at.
Yeah. But with a bow in hand, this long-awaited pod play might eventually happen.
Yeah, we now have the necessary materials to do that.
So, zelgadissan going back and hitting the crystal switch due to a lack of big...
any keys, really.
Yeah. Here's where my key logic or key actuality for Ice Palace falls down on me.
Yeah, you don't really need any keys for Ice Palace. The only check that it helps for is Iced Tea when you have Samaria, or even with If you have a Samaria and can do Icebreaker, the only check that it helps for is Iced Tea. And it's still not required for it.
And if you have the big key, you can skip the crystal switch. Ooh, nice. Their side pin thing.
If you have a big key, you can skip the crystal switch. Ideally with another small key, but...
Yeah, so zelgadissan, in fact, just ran past the Ice Palace big key. It's in Freezor room. Or it's the Freezor chest. So...
Yeah, probably not worth doing Freezor, especially with no magic refills and no bombos, so he needs all the magic he can for cracking the shell here.
Does have full hearts, so I expect to see Sword Beam scrapped.
Yep.
Saving a bunch of magic for the second phase. Let's the bus get out of the corner a little bit.
A little bit of a slip up at the end there, but otherwise a pretty good fight for the resources available there. And another pod key, of course. How deep in pod are we going?
So we got a bow and a pod key in here, which is good value.
So that's 3 pod keys and a big key to pod. So that means you can do straight to the back as well as the boss, or you can do the back plus the big key chest, or the what's it called? Spacing the name now.
I'm sorry.
Harmless Hellway. That's what it is.
Yeah, so we'll see if another one. Here's a trip to Hobo.
Another big key. The desert big key.
Which we are going to need sooner or later.
Yep.
I'm kind of surprised
Sooner.
it didn't mirror there from the Dark World, but that might still not be faster.
If you're already there and you don't have to go to the pyramid, it's faster to just swim there real quick.
Yeah. I guess
It's a
we had a
required
Palace.
check. Looks like Dragonstrike is heading there himself.
Ooh, and we appear to be getting most of the frames on Dragons.
Yeah. We're a little bit offset time-wise, but looks like he is still behind by roughly a bit more than the Tower of Hera dip. He's heading to Ice Palace now.
The Ice Rod.
Oh, no, he's heading to Zora now.
He did get that Zora money earlier. Now you get to be answered on how much of pottery.
Oh, well, we're doing shooter room at the very least. This is a small key. I'm gonna laugh. Oh, it's a lamp. Okay.
And
So,
I like that play, right? Both for saving magic on, for instance, Ganon, and just running through dark rooms. I think that's probably going to pay off.
yeah. Is that implying that we aren't going to be doing a... Oh my goodness. We're not going to be getting a half magic at some point. In any case, so that was a small key to Turok on Zora. I'm afraid to ask where the fourth one is.
Yeah, I was when he got the Zora money and I looked up what it was on Zora. I was like, really? That's one of the three best Turok keys. Seems surprising.
I mean, if the fourth one is Pyramid Fairy, which would not be the first time we've seen that. Here's our Mire big key. So Mire and Desert are now both completable, and a Butter Sword. Pretty much got everything you could want here.
The zelgadissan is going straight downstairs.
So heading to the boss, as well still have 2 keys after that, so if there's anything else in here, I'm guessing you're just gonna go straight to the back from there.
Dragonstrike flew to Mire, opened up the front door, and then mirrored over to check Desert. This right side Desert key turns into a Turtle Rock big key. So it looks like we do need Desert Small. But is that
Interesting. So this is a major actual route divergence here. So while Zelga decided to do a lot of the rest of the Ice Palace pod checks and get a lot of the big keys that way, Dragonstrike is getting the 3 Turtle Rock small keys and heading straight to Turtle Rock right now. So there must be a reason to do that early. Or maybe it's just the boots. But that must mean... Well, what are we missing actually for go mode? The Eastern big key? So there must be... I wonder if there's just an Eastern big key up here. Oh, nope, there's the boots.
Yeah.
So did Zelga just do the boots, the boss for the boots, and that's it? So at this point, I think the Eastern big key is the only thing we're missing here.
I haven't checked see if the boots hard block anything. That's enough spoiler log searching that trying to do it while doing commentary is beyond me. But no, we're going straight back in. So.
Oh, we're missing the GT big key too. Okay. That's the other item. But I would assume the GT Big Key isn't why we're going to Turtle Rock early, so it must be the Eastern Big Key, right? We're getting the big chest as well. Wow.
Yep. Getting the mirror out. So this is where the 4th Turtle Rock.
Oh. Okay, so that's why Dragonstrike got the Zora one, because he's not planning on getting boots at all this seed.
Yeah.
They're gonna just skip pot altogether.
Well, none of the things in there were hard required, right? Lamp, boots, third Turtle Rock.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that time expenditure was worth it then in the long run. Oh, another fairy in a bottle. So that was a trip to roller room just for some safety items. Good safety items, but not technically required.
Is mirroring out faster than walking out of roller room there?
If you don't have boots or a safety item, it's probably roughly the same. If not faster.
Depends how much you're willing to walk through the crystal rollers.
Which at 5 hearts I wouldn't.
Yeah, agreed. So here's that Eastern Big Key.
Yep, there's the Eastern Big Key.
But we got to beat this dungeon, so we might as well carry on and do that while we're...
So Zelga...
Sorry, at this point we've seen fairly major route divergence between the teams again. Now, this was a sufficiently complicated to route seed that there just wasn't one answer that jumped out at both co-pilots, which was nice to see. And you see that the routing puzzle is hard enough that there's not just an obvious right answer.
Yeah, so it looks like the only thing we're missing at this point is the GT Big Key, which could be, well, anywhere. Almost anywhere.
212 places or something. I guess 200 odd. So skipping the trip to Mimic and to the Rock Big Chest. 2 more places it's not.
Wonder if Zelga, if they're planning on just getting the Eastern Big Key and then piecing out of Turtle Rock here.
The ice rod's over at Hera, and so
yeah, I guess that's the plan.
Huh. Nope.
Nope. They just realized they didn't have it yet. These things happen.
I think opening it up Turtle Rock, running over to Hera, and then running back makes sense, right? Because it saves you the...
I would argue it's faster to just walk up to Hera and then head to Turtle Rock from there, but if you forget that you need an ice rod, then, that happens. There's definitely a lot of times where you do spoilers and the runner will walk into a place and be like, wait, I don't have the ice rod, is that okay? And the pilot's like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, you have to go to Hera first.
I told you to do that 20 minutes ago.
I told you to do that, I swear, yeah. This is actual conversations that may have just happened.
I enjoy that there's evidence, right? You record the VOD, and then you can accurately point fingers. Dragonstrike
so
gets through the first 2 heads without issue.
Yep. Zelga taking down Moldorm.
Doing the slightly less risky not from the back strats.
Yep. Almost synced, but not quite synced the boss kills here because we're not quite synced.
Because Tridex takes forever to die.
Hey, Bombos.
The Bombos we don't need.
I mean, it makes for an easier cold stare, I guess.
Yeah, which Team Hema has not yet done. So. Alright, now we're back. We have an ice rod.
I think there was one big key in pod that was required. The Meyer big key. It doesn't require any keys, but... So
yes,
Dragonstrike is going to have to dip in there anyway.
It's in the map chest.
Yeah.
Zelgadissan trying to get back his sword beams for change hop chest. Had to wait for the heart to drift down the wall. And use mana.
Yep. So Zelga is going to skip the safeties over on Roller Room, so will be 4 hearts and Fairy with red mail for the foreseeable future.
And as you guessed earlier, I'm pretty sure half magic is not in their future this season.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zelga's making his way through the rest of Turtle Rock here. And at that point, I believe, outside of the Gans Tower Big Key, he is in go mode.
Yeah. Okay, so what order do you do things in? So what order do you do things in? You've got Eastern Desert Mire left.
I mean, just pick an order. If there's any safeties, I would go towards those dungeons first. Like, if there's a heart on Armos or something, go ahead and do that. But
looks like Zelga is going to go around and pick up presumably a safety out of the
either Mimic
or
Big Chest, yeah. Big Chest. Oh, there's the heart.
That's a faster heart to get than the one in Control Room, I think.
Yeah, probably.
I
would imagine so.
Given he didn't have to do the fire rod slow trip. Got it.
Right.
Dragonstrike also skipping the Ice Palace Big Chest, unsurprisingly.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Ice Palace
Big key. Yeah. Above the big chest.
Handy place for it, frankly. In a spoiler log.
Okay, so he's gonna finish Ice Palace here. And at this point, he will actually be ahead of Zelga in crystals. However, he does need to make that stop into pod still.
Yeah.
But he'll be able to do Eastern at the same time. So I think routing-wise this is definitely a faster route from Dragon. It just all depends on how much those boots make up.
Yeah. There are fewer pixels to move left in the game for Dragonstrike, but you get to traverse them slightly slower.
Yeah.
As well, the boots also help on the Vitreous fight, depending on... I guess with no cape, maybe not.
What was in the big chest of pod?
The 4th Turtle Rock.
Oh, right, the Turtle Rock. Okay, so Dragonstrike doesn't need that.
I would surprise me if he picks up the lamp out of the first chest, given that they have Mire yet to do. Feels like it saves enough time just dealing with the Dark Rooms and Mire.
Likely, yeah. I would not be surprised. I also wouldn't be surprised to see him skip it, though.
Depends how cocky he's feeling.
Okay, so that's 4 crystals for both of our runners now. We'll see where Zelga heads next. If he heads to Eastern, we'll have a decent way of timing. He's not, so we won't.
Sorry.
Never that easy.
There's 2 dungeons here, and there's only 1 at East. Come on.
I mean, you're not wrong. I think the 4th sword was actually in the other chest on Bowlocked side, and that's where the Mire Big Key is, so Dragonstrike will be able to get that as well. Yeah, I'd say unless silvers are on the way in Mire here, they won't be getting silvers before Vidi. Otherwise, they would have gone to get that first.
Yes, Palace of the fourth sword is in the helpfully named Arena Ledge chest. Which, yeah, is the second chest on the boatlock side.
Yeah. Looks like we're a negative on anything useful in Mire here, so just go ahead and straight to the boss.
It's also worth remembering that Dragonstrike is 90 seconds behind, according to his timer.
Indeed.
Yeah, well, we're busy figuring out who's ahead. That's what we're remembering.
Yeah, we'll have to kind of follow when Dragonstrike finishes Eastern based on when Zelga finishes Mire. They're not quite similar, but I think actually it's roughly the same amount of time.
Yeah, if you're beelining both places, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that Dragonstrike is also down to just the GT big key for Domain.
Yep, that was the second to last big key for them as well. So Team Hime just needs the GT big key, which at this point, well, actually maybe it's over here in Eastern.
Given that switch push press right there, highly likely that there's something else. And there it is.
Sure looks like it to me. Yeah, okay. We have a request from chat on what was on Sahasrara himself.
I will look that up. 1 rupee.
Singular rupee.
One
Well,
singular rupee.
Definitely for the boots then.
Not a very good prize, frankly.
Yeah, so with that, Dragonstrike is officially in go mode. And of course Zelga will be as soon as he makes his way over there.
I do feel like saying officially in go mode is a bit weird in a spoiler race.
I mean, yes. You have technically gotten all the items so that you can be in go mode. In a regular seed.
Yeah, if this wasn't what we were doing, we would be in go mode, but it is. Dragonstrike getting owned by the Igors, which seems like it shouldn't happen.
He just missed the switch. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, it does happen, but counts as an oopsie, I think.
Yep, definitely lose a little bit of time.
But you can either make it up on writing or execution here. There's not a lot of randomness to save you in spoiler log races.
Indeed. Whereas the only real randomness you can get is enemy drops.
Well, and there's sort of randomness in the order that the co-pilot searches for things or whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a heck of a lot of difference. But...
It definitely seems like Zelga is quickly gaining time with those boots.
Sweet spin speed to Palace. Saves another second on that screen. Saves another second on that screen. It did take him quite a few seconds to get him, though. So.
Yeah. And like I said, we're about a minute and a half difference on the timers between Zelga and Dragonstrike, so I'll try to pay attention to what time Zelga finishes Eastern here.
Zelga showing off good understanding of quick swap there. Runners are getting, sort of general runners are getting better and better that is legal in this league, and sort of generally becoming legal in more and more places. But zelgadissan has been running cross keys for years, which has always had quick swap. So
Yep.
has more of the tricks built into his muscle memory. Ooh, nice. Getting nice burn dash up the east ballroom.
Yep.
Sit down.
Yeah, definitely with quick swap on, it's very nice having items like Burna or Cape, so you can quickly swap to those for some rooms.
That might have been the reason to do Meyer first. Burna was on Vidi.
Oh yeah.
If they did that just to get the pain and Burna to dash through that one room, I'm impressed.
I mean, if you have the choice and you have the forethought to think of it, it would not surprise me.
Yeah, no.
So you definitely remind me and I'll ask. Got bonked by that Igor as well. So neither of our runners having a perfect back of Eastern. So they're actually going to be getting their last crystals roughly the same time here, it looks like.
Up to 90 seconds. Oh,
so looks like Zelga... that's going to slow it down. So
there's a fairy.
40... He has 2 fairies, he's okay, but
yeah,
it is definitely time.
Yeah. Remember that Dragonstrike, again, timer different, but also has the desert.
So yeah, it was 49.29 for Zelga. I'm pretty sure it's going to take more than a minute for Dragonstrike to do the
to get the Landmo.
Yeah, to do Landmo.
Not terrible.
Yeah, and with Zelga having the boots different, that time is only going to extend here, I imagine, so...
Yeah, I actually think that getting the boots is one of the more interesting routing choices that we got made this seed, right? And not only did the spoilers go and get the boots off of Helmator, they also went quite a ways out of their way to do so.
Yeah, no, it was a long trip, but being able to combo that with the desert big key, or the Turtle Rock big key, the other Turtle Rock small key, seems to have paid out in the long run for him.
Yeah, well, and if you're going to get to Pod before you get to Turtle Rock, which is not obvious, is the big chest faster to get to than King Zora? Zora's a long way in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly, yeah. Plus, you had to spend the time, Dragonstrike, Team Hime had to spend the time to get Houlihan Room as well, which takes even more time out of that equation. So I wasn't going to reiterate, Dragonstrike isn't quite as far behind as it seems. However, he is definitely some time behind. Roughly a minute. Probably a little bit more.
And ways to lose a minute on this climb. I mean, zelgadissan straight up ran out of magic against Ganon.
Yeah. Stranger things can happen. Lidorm 2 falls, Ganon falls.
I had one of those yesterday, too. That's how Zelga got into the lead.
Yeah. They do both have a fairy, so death isn't as likely. Unless they have to use one on the climb, of course. However, magic could be an issue. It's not looking like we're going to have silvers for this.
Yeah, so the silver arrows were in the tile room in GT, which nobody's excited by.
Yeah, it's not quite worth it.
Especially with 4 swords in reasonably accessible locations. Gold sword silverless is not nearly as bad as say, a master sword silverless fight.
What other fun things can we look up more here? Powder? Where was Powder at?
What's Stalfos room.
Stalfos room. Okay.
Or as the spoiler likes to call it, Dark Magician's room.
Right.
A bunch of these gauntlet rooms are some of the places where boots are really quite nice.
Yeah, and you so often have boots that you're just used to using them.
Your muscle memory is better.
Yep.
Bootstraps.
So not quite grabbing off from the grab. A lot of times you can just stand there after you grab the pot and you'll get the heart or in full magic there, but not quite this time.
Both runners getting through the 2 gauntlet rooms there, and using, I think, exactly the same strat in very close to the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Showing you how to do it.
Yeah, it looks like the top of the climb was nothing useful. So where were all these hearts at? That's the other thing I'm curious. We managed to get 2 this entire trip. I guess we saw 3 of them. 2 in Turtle Rock and 1 in Hype Cave.
There were 4 hearts in Ganon's.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Bonk Rocks. Checkerboard.
Alright, checkerboard's not too far out of the way, but
It's 2 mirrors.
yeah. Well, 1 mirror if you do it after.
Yeah. Fair.
Well, I guess no, you don't want to do desert, so 2 mirrors, yeah.
The one in Hype Cave that they got.
Oh wait, half magic was on Spectacle Rock, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
big key chest.
Sorry.
And there was 2 in mine in various inconvenient places.
Okay.
Yeah. One of them was the spike chest. They had to rock through that room anyway. That's the one that they have the most left behind, I guess.
Okay, Zelga on Ganon now. 6 hits for each second phase here.
The 1+1, easy peasy.
Mm-hmm.
Getting 4 hits in before Ganon even sort of really starts the fight is helpful.
Takes a little bit of a bat hit there, but should be okay. Missed the first spin there, but I got Torch Glitch, so just gotta do 12 spins now with the Butter Sword here.
12 reasonably precise spins at that. We, I think, commentary in the community in general has sort of gotten blasé over Silverless. But it's not free.
Oh, it's definitely a skill that you have to learn over time, but like you said, the general skill level of runners over time has gotten to the point of Yeah, most runners are able to do silverless at this level.
Oh yeah. Um,
May not like it, but oh hey, that was a timed sword slash though that time. That was a nice hit. And that's scanning down. Well, there is about a minute and a half where we can completely call this. I don't believe AGA 1 or AGA 2 and Ganon will be completable in a minute and a half.
zelgadissan has finished an official time of 58 minutes 20 seconds. It is 20 minutes faster than yesterday's race.
Somehow we're on a key sanity seed. It's pretty good, actually. These tend to go a bit longer due to just bad key locations, things like that. But yeah, there's a lot of times where these things can be slower. Yeah, it's AGA 2 down.
On tape delay from Germany. You will Dragon Cannon fight. I've invited the people we've seen to join us. We'll see if they join us in a minute. With 58:20 passing on the clock, we can officially congratulate our winner, or winners, zelgadissan and Shade for.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
GG's. Yeah.
Thanks, GG's.
I feel like I just had this conversation with you guys yesterday.
Yeah, it's like deja vu all over again. Just slightly different scenario this time.
This seed was a lot kinder than the one yesterday.
Oh, much kinder. Yes.
For me, the big routing choice you guys made was routing in the boots, which the other team did not do. I'll ask them about it in a minute. But how did you decide that was the right thing to do, Shady?
We did a lot of talking about it. I think one of the differences is that we got to pod a lot earlier than they did, so it makes more sense for us than it does for them. So for them, skipping it I think is the right decision in the race scenario as it is. I don't think they can afford to get it when they don't even have it for Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
But I just feel like with boots, it probably is a theoretical time loss to grab the boots there, but practically it just makes everything so much easier and safer. So in a race setting, it's probably worth.
Well, and as Freddie was saying,
Mm-hmm.
you almost always have the boots doing the gauntlet, and so you're just likely to do it better. Even the perfect runner might not will lose less time without the boots than actual zelgadissan. So.
Indeed, yeah, it was definitely an interesting rounding difference because they didn't have to spend the time to get the pod big key, get an extra pod small key, things like that. Actually, I guess they get all three anyway, but
Yeah, the pod big being on Hylia Island just routed in really smoothly, going from swamp like up to Hype Cave, then to the island, then to ice. So it didn't really bother us to try and get that, and that's when we were really started talking about it. Actually, we had already noticed that Turtle Rock key there as well in the big chest, so we avoided Zora by getting the big chest Turtle Rock key, even though it meant we'd have to double dip the area. And I mean, it's boots. Boots are fun.
Let me interrupt for a second. Welcome, Ravis. I don't know, is Dragonstrike joining us?
No, he's ground.
Okay. But Ravis was the co-pilot for Dragonstrike. Which means I can ask you about the writing decision I was just asking the other guys about, which is skipping the boots and the choice of the Zora Turtle Rock key versus the pod big chest Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough decision to to make about the boots. I felt so baited by that pot big key, and I didn't trust it. In the end, it was very, as said, smoothly to route in, but I don't know. Without having to take the Turtle Rock small key out of there, I hope that would be enough. And we messed up the Dark Void after Thief Stone a little bit. Purple chest. And I felt like we had to go the risk to do the different thing than the others do.
Okay.
That's basically like a tactical decision at that point.
Makes sense, yeah.
You think
I
that-
messed up with Hera as well, with the Dark World, the Dark Death Mountain. I thought there's something in Shotgun, but that was actually misrememberation. Yeah, I told him just to go then Hera for the ice rod before we forget it, right?
Well,
Funny you should
speaking of
mention
which, so which one of you forgot the ice rod?
That was 100% on me.
All right.
Fair enough. At least you can own up to it. That was one of those things I'm like, are they just planning on going and grabbing the Eastern and then coming back later? And then you grab the Magic and Mirrored out. I'm like, nope, they just someone forgot about it.
Yeah,
100%
Shady
you.
started. I walked in, Shady's like, no, ice rod. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I have your stream up. I could, if I was paying attention, I could have warned you earlier. So it's definitely partial blame. I'll accept 50% blame for that.
It just reminded me of situations of been like, okay, I'm going into this, you went in here, okay, so I'm going there next. I don't have the hook shot, is that okay? Oh, yeah, you're gonna get that first, I told you, right? Maybe? So yeah, those things happen, but fortunately it was right next door.
I didn't keep track on everything you guys did, but when I saw at the point Zelga started running into Meyer, you could see that Zelga was on point today. Like everything you did after that point was pretty smoothly, and we would have needed like a Spike Cave mistake-ish thing from you like yesterday. Again, we kind of hope that Vidi might be a thing, but you had an excellent fight there. I can't believe what I saw right there, but that's class right there.
I was
yes.
impressed. Sorry, go ahead.
You sometimes have to concede, guys. All right, let that be a message.
Yesterday was so stressful doing like that Vidi fight because we knew we were behind, and so like I knew you guys got a potion. Like I can't afford to get a potion. We have to make up time. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of stress there at the end, and it definitely showed. I feel really bad that this had to come down to another race like this. I really do.
Yeah, I mean we knew we need a more complicated seed to win for sure. Like we have practice. I don't know. When last league started, I think before the second league we had about 70, 80 seeds or whatever, and between the leagues we kept playing a little bit here and there, and then we played a bit now. So we have so many seeds, we have so much experience with the mode itself that we hope to have a more complicated seed than this. This was too easy, and we're more realist than optimistics, because we know that Zelga is the stronger runner in this race. We know that for a fact. So the only option we really had was like a big seed like yesterday.
Make it up on superior routing.
Yeah, like on team synergy a little bit like that.
I mean, you guys made a good run at it, even
Yeah,
even despite that.
Dragon Blade absolutely well. I
Yeah.
can't blame him for anything basically. Yeah.
I just one more routing, or I don't know, fanboying a bit for zelgadissan and Shady Force. Your post Thieves Town routing really impressed us. The sweep through South Dark World, leaving the portal at outside Swamp 2 with the hammer. That was slick. I liked it.
I don't know if that was actually necessary, but I liked it.
It made sense.
Yeah.
It made total sense. I would have done the same,
Yeah.
but I kind of forgot the swamp key. That was at K45. That's why we flew away. I mean, we had the ham already. That's why we went to the portal at south.
I just don't think there's a ton of difference between getting the hammer earlier, like before going to Dark World, versus grabbing it and then. or grabbing it when they did.
If I'm being honest, it was mostly luck that everything that we were talking about in Thieves Town, like, hey, where's the Swamp Small? We're gonna need that. Oh, it's K45. Hey, where's Quake? We're gonna need that. Oh, it's Purple Chest. It just all lined up exactly into that route. It really wasn't planned until we were in Thieves Town.
Yeah, we found them just in time. A fair bit of luck there. Like we just got it while he was still in Thieves Town. And if I had started looking for those 2 minutes later, we would have made a mess, and we probably would have had to float back and get Purple Chest all over again, and that would have cost like the bulk of the gap that we have. You know?
So, Freddie, you were saying that there's no luck in spoiler races. And I said,
okay,
nope,
there's maybe a little luck.
Sometimes it matters what order they look things up in.
I will also throw in that the only reason I won a spoiler race in the actual spoiler tournament was because I got a 10 arrow drop from a Wiz Robe and my opponent didn't. I'm sorry, Ari. I really am.
Exactly. Yeah, that's things that happen in spoiler. You have to manage a lot more things like arrows, especially in those modes. Because when I did the spoiler tournament, there's just so many seeds that were like, I need 5 more arrows, but I know they're in swamp, so it should be okay. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I have one more. Are you lucky or are you good? Did you guys do Meyer before Eastern just to get the Cane of Berna?
Oh yeah.
No, it just worked out that way. I did Meyer first because I had 30 arrows, so I wanted to make sure I could use them all on Vitreous if I needed to.
Okay, that makes sense. I like it.
We did do one thing which was kind of bad, and that's we decided to go into Desert to get the Turtle Rock Big Key, and then go to Turtle Rock to get some safeties before going back to Meyer, because we thought that was safer but slightly slower. And then when we get to Turtle Rock, we forget to go right side, and we don't even get the boss heart in the bottle with a fairy.
I thought that was on purpose.
No, we just.
Yeah, we took the time on the right side.
I think
They ended up taking the time to get the big chest anyway, which is, I guess, slightly faster, but not much.
We would have skipped the big chest if we got the two things right side, I think.
I see.
Yeah. That's what Dragonstrike and Ravens did.
Yeah, I think what they did makes sense, so that's what we intended. We just kind of forgot.
these things happen. The ice rod was probably just kind of distracting at that point.
Yeah, there were some recurring effects from that ice rod, yeah.
And we forgot the half magic on Spectacle Rock then.
Yeah, we did too.
We did.
I saw you guys going to Turtle Rock thinking, oh, maybe they're going in without the ice rod, and then Zelga turns around. I think, oh, they're probably gonna grab the half magic. Nope, they're not. All right.
Well, we did remember it at that time, but I was thinking, well, I don't want to run across the light world again. I'd just rather stay in the dark world when I'm up at the top of Death Mountain.
Yeah.
And then on the way to GT.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking at least for GT, spam the fire rod through the gauntlet or something.
I mean, look at that. You have double dip pod. We didn't get the boots or that. We had to do left side swamp, and still both runners were sub 1 hour. This seed was very kind.
It was a very fast.
It looks like Dragonstrike did 6 more checks somewhere along the way.
Well, 4 pieces of heart is a big difference too.
The heart locations were not super.
Yeah, they were all terrible. I was trying really hard to get them some hearts before Ice and Meyer, and they just weren't available. Even the Meyer one was on Spike.
Yeah, the 2 free males were very nice, at least.
Yeah. Always happy when you can get red mail on a spoiler seed like this.
Yeah, I mean, 5 hearts red mail is more than you guys had yesterday.
Yeah. The sword is what makes it safer, anyway. The sword, and for us, the boots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Poor Dragonstrike had to do two races in a row with no boots. All right.
Sorry,
Sorry, go ahead.
I think you just apologize.
I just apologize for not giving him boots. Make him suffer more.
Just blame Sinak. It's his fault.
I mean, last time we got the boots, right? Just at the end of the game.
Yeah, upstairs GT, that hardly counts.
You had it for 1 room.
Yeah.
It was nice getting potions.
Yeah.
Fairies.
They're like potions, except they work automatically.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys. I think I'm gonna knock out now, grabbing some food as well.
Yep.
And GG's.
Have a good night, everybody. There is another race at 7 o'clock Eastern time, so in 45 minutes or so. These guys already previewed the other race for their teams, which I think is coming up on Saturday. So if you want to see the spoilers with Team Hime again, see them on Saturday. And otherwise, have a good night.
Yep, thank you for commentating with me today, Excalibur. And thank you, Westside Vandal, for doing the tracking and hitting the buttons for us. It's always appreciated. Congratulations once again to Zelga and Shady Force for winning this rerun of yesterday's race. I know it doesn't feel great, but congrats nonetheless. And with that, we will sign off for now and see you back here in a couple hours for some more spoilers. Thank you, and talk to you later.
Good night.